Are you tired of looking like this after a night on Prizepicks? For the price of that Big Mac combo you chowed down on this week, get access to hundreds of picks. Connect your Discord to WAP with the link in the description and be added straight to the premium Discord. We'll be sending every single Prizepicks slip we place.
Let's get some prize picks in today, guys. Last night was probably the worst night of bad beats I've had in a long time. I hit 7 2Xs rather than the 25Xs or 10Xs. So you can see here, one off with Max Juice. Instead of getting a 25X, we got the 2X. And this was actually the slip from the YouTube video. And the previous slip from the 2 nights ago with Terry Rozier was another 5-1. So we've been super unlucky on these YouTube slips. I mean, they're going well, 5-1 on both of them, but still not the 25X that we're looking for. So I did post this video a bit late, so you might not have got the Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, but LeBron James AD hit, as well as Jared Allen, and Max Juice was the one who screwed up the whole entry. I said replace Allen and Diggs with, I believe it was Hurts and Devonta Smith. That one actually did not hit. So overall, if you got this exact slip, you would have won 5-1. And then same with the Rozier slip a couple nights ago. I think it was 2 nights ago. That one was a terrible bad beat, but that's not the only one I had here. Another one off with Kuzma on the rebounds. He could have pushed us at the very least, gave us a 10X. No, this was the one slip I hit here with a 4-man power on the 10Xer there. This is another 5 out of 6 here with Jalen Hurts. Levante David could not get his tackles and assists. And then we have another one. Miles Turner had like 5 fouls, basically played half the game and then sat out the whole rest of the game as they got blown out. So another 2Xer there. Another one here, Steph Curry went over his assist, and another one here, Nyquist couldn't pull up a point. Another one here. You get the point, guys. Terrible night of bad beats. Yet, with all these 2Xs and that 10X, still was a profitable day of 7.1 units. But imagine if just even one of those 25Xs hit, that would have been an easily 30 unit day. So on that $5, I would have easily made $150 that night. And if another one hit, could have been a 50 unit day. Could have gone crazy. Could have got really crazy. But overall, this is kind of the reality of positive EV betting. You're going to have these crazy bad beats, and this was the one from the previous night with Terry Rozier, also a YouTube video pick. So 10-2 in the past 2 days. So let's see if we can keep that streak continuing. I have 3 NBA picks for today. It's a very, very small slate, and I'm not going to be doing a full 6 flex, but there's a couple props I like. And to start, actually, they're all going to be in this Phoenix game versus Sacramento. And we're going to start with the Phoenix players I like, which is Kevin Durant, first of all, on the over 5 assists. And we're also going to pair this with Grayson Allen on the over 12.5 points. So let's take a look at these two guys. So start, Grayson Allen has hit this prop 50% of the time this season. Phoenix is also playing at home tonight, where he has slightly better splits at a 53% hit rate. And he actually has played Sacramento this season, only got 11 points. We're going to take a look at some other things because this Phoenix lineup has not always been full. So now we could kind of check the games with the full lineup. Nurkic, Durant, Beal, and Booker, because it's kind of rare that these guys play together. You can see it only happened 7 times in this whole season. But with this specific lineup, he has hit this 4 out of 7 times. Nothing too crazy there. If we put it at home, he has hit this 3 out of 4 times. Very small sample size, but just to show, kind of get a look at how these guys play together in the full lineup together. So that is one thing to look at. Now, Sacramento defense is also 21st in points allowed and 21st in assists allowed, which is going to matter for that Kevin Durant prop. And then the general spread is at -4. Of course, Phoenix at home. So I'm loving that Phoenix is at home. I'm also loving that the spread is tight. And I do expect a ton of minutes for everyone in this game. And it should be a nice tight game. So take a look at Kevin Durant now on the 5 assists. There is juice towards under 5.5. But of course, we're getting him at 5. We're not getting him at 5.5. Pretty decent splits at that 5. Basically, 58% of the time, he's getting at least 5 assists, which is very good for that push potential. But at home, it gets slightly better here. Actually, much better at a 67% hit rate. Now, let's see how he does with this full lineup of Nurkic, Allen, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker. And he has never missed this, so he at least pushed this in the 4 out of 4 games with this exact lineup. So it's looking good on that over 5.5 assists. He's actually averaging 6.8, but obviously that average is very high because of this Charlotte game where he dropped 11 assists. So I think this is an easy matchup for both points and assists. There's going to be a lot of points. The total's at 244. I mean, it's not crazy. We see sometimes like 250, but it's definitely the highest of tonight's slate. OKC is here at 236, and then Denver's here at 229. So there should be a lot of points, decent pacing, and then in general, people going over their props, and likely a lot of minutes because of how tight the game is. So overall, statistically, on this Kevin Durant prop and on this Grayson Allen prop, I don't really see too much that's not in our favor. If you guys disagree, let me know in the comments. But that is going to be a first stack that you guys could throw in a 6 flex, throw it in whatever you want. But I always recommend 4 powers, 5 flex, and 6 flexes because those are mathematically optimal. So Kevin Durant and Grayson Allen, both on the overs. Now to kind of add on to this, since I do expect a tight game with a lot of points and a lot of minutes, I'm also going to grab Harrison Barnes on the over 9.5 points. So we can take a look at him. It's looking like a decent prop, especially because Keegan Murray is questionable. So in all, he has hit this 59% of the time this season. And Phoenix defense kind of in that middle of the pack, 15th in points allowed. But like we just saw, the total is at 244. So should be a nice high pace total game. And then in general, all the juice is towards the over on the over 9.5, minus 120 at most, but it's still pretty decent to see. They are playing away where the splits do get slightly worse for Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes has also played versus Phoenix twice this season where he dropped 19 points and 9 points, so hooked right under that 9.5. So looks pretty decent all around. Again, why I'm mostly liking this is the potential minutes he's going to be getting this game. Harrison Barnes has been sort of on a decline in minutes. You can see compared to the beginning of the season, the right half of the season is much lower in minutes on average. In his last 10, he's only averaging 23.7 minutes, not looking good compared to his season average of 29.1. But first of all, it is a tight game, as I've been saying, so expecting more minutes right away on that. And then especially if Keegan Murray is not playing weak, look at how he plays. It's only been 4 games, but his average minutes went up drastically. Makes sense, right? At minimum, he played 26 minutes and he's averaging 32.4, and he did clear this line 3 out of 4 times without Keegan Murray. So I could say I'm projecting about 25 plus minutes, but let's just check some actual minutes projections from these sort of fantasy sites. So 29 minutes projection on this site here, and then on RotoWire, he has a 25 minute projection. So they are projecting at least 25 minutes on Harrison Barnes tonight, and with above 25 minutes, he has cleared this about 75% of the time of the season. But if we drop this down for like 25 to 30, let's see how he fares there. And about 67% hit rate in these 6 games that he's got between these exact minutes. So overall, looking like a good pick on Harrison Barnes, especially because we're going overs on Grayson Allen and Kevin Durant. So I'm not going to complete this full slip, but I will show you what to do with the taco. So Shea is here on the over 25.5 points. If you guys want, grab these 4 guys, put them in a 4 power. But what I like to do with tacos instead is actually mix in NFL. So I didn't check yet on the board, but we'll see what we have here. So on the passing yards, okay, we have a bunch of props up. What I prefer to do is obviously you just take a quarterback and you match him up with 2 receivers. And which pair do you want to do this with? That all depends on you, whatever your favorite one is. But the ones I personally like are Zay Flowers with Odell on the over here. And then you could go and grab Lamar Jackson on the over pass yards. You could also grab Jordan Love, of course, with Reed. I know he got locked up last game, 0 yards. But could it happen again? Maybe. But he is the main receiver. Jaden Reed on the over 41.5 receiving yards. Romeo Doubs on the over receiving yards here. This is another nice triple stack. So basically for each of these tacos that drop tonight, you're just going to want to grab a quarterback with 2 of the main receivers. So with the Shea one, grab this one. And then maybe on the next taco, go grab Lamar Jackson with Odell and Zay Flowers. And then you could do the same thing. Then you could do the same thing with the next taco. Now for San Fran, one thing I would warn you on, I would not go with Ayuk and Deebo Samuel. The better stack on the triple stack for this team is actually Christian McCaffrey as well as George Kittle. This one is a god stack. I prefer it way over Brandon and Deebo Samuel. Definitely go with this stack plus the taco, of course. Right now it's Shea, but whoever it is at the next taco, just be grinding these taco slips, okay?